Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader. It's Wednesday, 1/26/2011. These are the charts of the day. Starting out with audio codes today, you'll see this stock's been in a beautiful, steady rising channel since August. The recent pullback ended right at its 20-period moving average and started to edge up until today when it's popped 50 cents on 7% on 1.2 million shares. And the significance of that, it's the biggest volume we've seen in years, going all the way back to 2007. So a 4-year high in volume, signaling perhaps the beginning of a new leg up, which should take us to around the 9.25, maybe 9.5 range. That's our trading target for audio codes. Cognex, CGNX may have broken out today. Take a look at the highs in December. They were spiked up through an increase in volume. That's the biggest volume since the beginning of the month. And a 5% gain today on 482,000 shares. So if you're looking forward to the top of the channel and lateral price resistance between 36 and 38, let's call it trading target around 37 for Cognex. We issued that as a swing trade today. EXEL also broke out, jumping 88 cents or 11%, 86 cents, excuse me, 4.1 million. Heaviest volume in about 4 or 5 weeks. And approaching the high around 920 from the December rally high. If that's taken out, look for a move up towards the 11 3/4, 12 zone, our trading target. That's quite a ways from here, but I think it could make it based on the pattern projections. Next up is FTK. Wanted to point out that although it was up only 32 cents today or 5%, the stock made a new multi-year high. That's a 2.5-year high. And it's taken out this zone of resistance. That's key for me. These very nice little tight channels underway, and the top of the channel is close, but I have a feeling this starts to accelerate, makes it up towards 8.5, and then 10 3/4 as trading targets. Former swing trade of ours, Green Briar Companies, GBX, when it popped out here in September and flagged, has moved steadily higher, although the last several weeks were spent in a consolidation. You'll see that over the last 7 or 8 sessions, it's moved up steadily nearly every day. And today jumped to $1.11, or almost 5%, on the heaviest volume in about 6 weeks as well. So at this point, I'm targeting a move up towards the 26.7 zone. That's our trading target. Corning Glassworks, which we highlighted last night and told you that it closed right at key resistance, broke through today. Taking a look at the multi-year chart, you'll see that this double top here was taken out yesterday and followed through today on strong volume of 28 million shares. Looks to me like we're going to see higher prices on Corning, and let's shoot for a run at the $28 range, the 08 high. Low price biotech Icogen, ICGN, has done a couple technical things of positive nature lately. The 1-year declining tops line was broken. It pulled back, and then it on big volume, pulled back on lighter volume, and then today volume picked up again as the stock jumped another 52 cents or nearly 20%. Looks to me like if it takes out the 3.5 range, my next target is around 5, 5.25. IPXL, Impacts Laboratories, had a key breakout last week, pulled back and flag and retested the breakout point, started to move up, and today jumped 88 cents or almost 4% on the heaviest volume in about a month. Significant enough for me to believe that since it's now at new all-time highs, that Impacts could make additional upside progress into the high 20s is our trading target, around 28. LaCroix, also a favorite of mine for the last few weeks, particularly when it broke out here and flagged. Had a nice little run here, then pulled back in a wedge pattern. The apex of that wedge came on a low volume ebb here, and then the stock popped today, getting up to as high as 14.22. Still at 13.45, up 60 cents or nearly 5%. And with strong volume here, I think we're going to see this continue higher. Minimum target is around 14.5. That should be reached shortly, but 16.5 is our trading target at lateral price resistance. NANO, N-A-N-O, which we highlighted over the last few days, got the breakout I was looking for out of the wedge today, jumping $1.14, actually 1 point up, nearly $1.75, but 1.56 million shares, significant as the heaviest volume in 7 days. You can see the on-balance volume turned up. My trading target at 19.5 may be may be upon us very shortly. Secondary target looking for around 23 on NANO. NXPI in a beautiful little pattern ever since the breakout of the base following the IPO. The stock has been soaring from 12 to 26, more than doubling, with a pennant and a flag along the way. Yesterday it popped and pulled back. Today it held that closing point and then jumped another $1.74 or 7% on 1.55 million. That's strong volume for that stock. And at this point, I'm looking for higher upward progress with a trading target at 30. Low priced on track innovations OTIV is looking very good, the best it has in years. This was a key breakout here. It pulled back to it after breaking it and fading back at the secondary price resistance, but then blew through that and consolidated. Now today, it jumped as high as 419 before closing back at 4 even, up 31 cents. But the volume was the heaviest in more than a year in the stock, and the heaviest volume since its one spike up on the first day of January of 10. And it looks to me like we're headed towards 5 short term, initially, and secondary target at 6. PSTI is just flying and nearly gapping every day. Volume today, however, was the strongest we've ever seen at 5.5 million, and it jumped another 24 cents or 6%, but that did back off about 18 cents from its high. In any case, at some point soon, this stock should back off and consolidate. And let me tell you that key support around 340.50 zone is where I expect it to pull back to, but it may yet see higher levels around 5 or so short term. I mean, with this kind of momentum, who knows where this thing goes. SGI. Silicon Graphics was a breakout here and a flag and swing trade here, pulled back, nice little orderly pullback, held support right there, and then turned it around today with a jump of 63 cents or 6.34%. Volume wasn't as strong as yesterday, but I'll be looking for that and a trading target at 12.5. UCTT broke out of its 8-day little pennant or flag. I should say flag, it is a flag. After spiking up the week before last week was spent consolidating, so was the early part of this week, but today, convincing breakout. Not only did volume surge, technicals as well. Price took it out. Trading target at 16 is set at this point. URZ, one of the uranium stocks, popped 45 cents or 9% today on 2.9 million shares, and the unbalanced volume continues to surge. The stock's being accumulated for higher levels. I'm looking for a $7, maybe $7.50 stock. And lastly, today's tiny USAT, which had a nice run in September, nice little 3-month coil or wedge, and then popped, consolidated, broke out, consolidated again, and broke out again today. Although it did get up to 204 at one point and back off to 186. It was still up a few cents, but volume surged to 5.15 million, and that's the heaviest volume that we've ever seen in the stock. So it could be meaningful enough to indicate to me that this stock is headed for about 3.25, and that's what I'm looking for USA Technologies. That's it for tonight. Have a good evening.